Hi guys, welcome to my channel for another video. If you have not seen my previous video, so please check the description and click on the link to see the video. Okay, friend. In this video, we'll go ahead and implement, login page, and we will go ahead route unauthorized user to login page. And if they have credential to login, they can able to login using login page. If they do not have a credential, they will go click on registration button, and then from there they will register. And then once they register, they can log into the system. So you see here the page we have login page and the registration page. So the last time I told I will go ahead and use custom login and registration page. We'll do that, but I want to show you how these pages are getting loaded. You can ask me that we did not implement or did not uh, design any kind of login page or registration page, why they are here. But yeah, I mean, you can see our view, we do not have any kind of login page and a login page and registration page, but we do have delete index upset, which we did delete, which we did made. If you go click on program CS, you can go and see here we do have builder.services.add default identity. With this item, right, we are getting this login and then registration page. So if we remove this, right, and then if we remove this, then we will not going to get this page. Let me show you. So let's remove this and we'll put it on as a add identity. Okay, and then I will assign here identity role. Okay, now I change it. We'll run the project again, and then we'll see if those login pages are still coming up or not. So let's put it here. Okay, and then let it load. Okay, so you do see here one error is coming up. It say app.map razor pages. So it's not defined because we remove at default identity. So we'll go ahead and also remove this and stop the project again and run it again. So you do see now place is loaded, and if I click login, you see it's not taking me to the login page because we have removed the default page, default identity page. So now again I click registration, nothing is coming up. So because of that, we are we are getting login. We are routing to the login page and then registration page. Let's go ahead and change back again. So I'll go Control Z, then again I'll do Control Z to come back to previous page. Okay, so this is here we came back to the default identity again. We're adding the default identity. So I'm gonna do and stop Visual Studio again, and then I'll go to category controller. Here you do see the index. I want to I want everyone's to view, but to delete or create, I want oh only to do it by authorized user. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna here click on authorize. I'm gonna write authorize and then include authorization, and we did included the ASP.NET Core authorization here. What it will do, it will check if the user is authenticated or not, right? So if the user is not authenticated or not authorized, it will take user to it will take user to login page to login. Okay, so let me go ahead, run the project again. Project is running. Let's click on category, and then I will go ahead and click on create. You see, once I click on create, it took me to the login page because we put authorized keyword before the function started. So the before this function start, it knows, right? We need to have a authorized user to use this function. So that's why it routed to our default login page and asking to login user to use or asking uh, e- user to authenticate it to log into this method. Okay, and also you see it, you can see the routing here. It taking our default page identity account, then login, and it has also return URL there, right? So since we do not want to use default login page, right? If we want to use our custom design login page, right? So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and install our custom login page, and then we want user to route to that page. Okay. Our custom login page should look like this. Okay, so this is responsive, and from here user can log into our system, right? So I also have an external login system, and then username and password to submit and then register if they are not registered. So you see the page is fully responsive, as we can make it bigger, right? And we can see it is fully, even it is responsive from link to see. So to build that, right, just keep watch the video. Just click stop on Visual Studio if your project is running, right? Click stop. It's done. What I'm going to do now, I'm gonna go ahead and create a new controller under the controller folder. So I'll right click on it, click on add, click on controller, and then I'll add an empty controller, and then I keep the name for this controller as account, since we're going to have register and login. So I'll have those space under this account controller. Okay. So the account controller just got created. I'll go ahead to copy this and then paste it here. I'll put it this page name login. Okay. Then I'll go ahead add view to our login page. I'll keep this view name is login. Click on add, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and from my previous copy the code from my previous view, right? And then paste it here, because it's going to take long time for me to write all the code here for Bootstrap. I just want to save my time, because my focus is learning more on .NET rather learning on Bootstrap. Okay, so I'm going to copy everything, and then I'll go ahead and paste it here, everything. I will explain each line of the code, no worries about it. All right. What I copy and paste here, you can see what I did here. We have used a image, right? You see, we have used image for the background, and then let's remove this one. I will explain later. So you see the image here. So I have to, since we are using image, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead, create an image folder under this www root file folder. So go ahead, create images folder, and then under this I will copy and paste image that I'm going to use for my login page. So here I'm going to copy. You can use any image that you want to use, right? But I'm just going to use this one. Okay, so here my image. So what I have to do, okay, save images. So I have to, you see my folder background image, right? Here you see image, so I have to keep the same name, images. Okay, and then if you see what is doing, I'm rounding the border right by 3, and then using deep flex, justify content center using view 100 align item in the center. It means the screen of the size, the length size is 100, and everything inside this div should have center. I mean, they should view in the center of the page, right? So that's why we're using this. So you have to use dplex and then justify content in center. Then for the length, right? we need to put it as a view as 100, and then using the align items to center, so it will view everything in the center. And then I'm adding CSS classes style where background image, which is using URL, and then I put a background size as cover. That means everything should cover, and background repeat. I don't want image to repeat. Okay. So under that div, I have another div which is row, right? And then let me run that project, and then uh, we show the view of the login page, and also explaining the code would be better for you guys. So let me run that my previous project, and then I'll go load the page on the right and then explain the code on the left. Okay, so that previous project is running. I make it a small. Let's make this small. Let's make it proper. Okay, I'll add this here. Okay, let's bring login page again. Okay, so you did see my login page. So you see it is coming center because I made a image, right? And then under this div, everything should come in center. Okay, everything should come in center. So here you can see I create another row, right? If you can see, let's make it 100. Okay, let's put it right. If you see here the line number 6, and then all the way down to line number 59, right? Whole this thing, that means I made the whole thing in a row, this whole thing. In this row, I'm going to have two column, which is column this, right? And then I'm going to have another column, which is column 4, right? So this row is 12. I divided into two column this row, and then the left is called size is 8, and the right size is 4. Okay, so let's expand it again. So once I expand, you can see I put and I made it column 8, and background is light, and I put padding top, which is 4. That means the gap between this and this is 4, and then the border is rounded. You can see the border is rounded, and border color I put success. You can see here some green line, which is border line, and then I put border line is 2. The border line is 2 means it's the width of the border, and then border I put it solid, so you see the solid border, right? And under this tag, so here is 2 is the another class, and it's a login view account, which is this, and I put text as success, and I put text uppercase, and all text should be in the center. Okay, and then here you can see horizontal line over here is and then under this div, uh, what I did under this div, if you can see what I did, we using login using social network, right? Here you can see this line. This is for these, which is text muted and an uppercase. And then it same div, I create another div right there, and then which is also same thing, row deflex justify on everything under this div should be center. This is why we're using deflex classes from Bootstrap, right? And this is also Bootstrap classes. So here you can see I put under the column column large 4. When screen size is large, it will take 4 space, right? One column should be 4 space. So here you see, and then also you can see. So under this, I create another row, and you can see every row. In this row I have a column which is 444. That means row is 12. If row is 12, then column each should be 4 4 8 8 8 4 is 4 12. So here this is a link for Facebook. Here this is a link for Gmail, and then link you can see Facebook, and I use font awesome to do this, right? But if you guys don't know how to use font awesome, then please do comment in the comment section. The font awesome, if I go to my shared layout folder, shared layout CSTML, I can see I added a line for font awesome. So if you see this line over here, oh, I haven't put it in here, so I have to get it from my another project that I use. So if you go type this line, type this line below here. This is with my account, right? What you have to do, you have to go to Font Awesome and then get the source code. Okay, get the source code from Font Awesome website. But I think I did it for 5.01, I think. But you can have latest one, and then you go to there and you can see how to use it. Just let me know if you want me to share uh, tutorial on font also, but my focus on .NET here. So here, let's go back to that layout. Let's go back to that login page again. So in our login page, so we uses for one hyperlink for Facebook, one hyperlink for Google, and another one for LinkedIn, right? And then you can see I put a style here to remove the text decoration for hyperlink. When you have a hyperlink, you have a line. So when I put it on text decoration as none, that take off the line from from view. So you can go ahead and copy exactly as it is. Or if you want to create your own login page, you can go ahead and create your own login page. And then also here, uh, if we now we are going to talk about this line. So here we need to declare a form, because under the form we will go ahead capture the email and password, password for the user, because whenever user type it, it will go into our email to our password to verify with our database. And then once we click on submit, then we will go ahead and click on submit. So it is showing here, red mark, because we have not create our view model for login page yet. So, but I'm just showing it here. So then, explaining everything, so you can, copy and paste it to your login page, and then try to understand what's going on. So here, if you see, this is the ESP tag for our login page. Do you see this login? That means we have a login function under our controller, which is this, right? So here, if you go, then you already know what is deflag justify. So we are just trying to have everything in the center. Okay, and then the input, you already know what input does. So this is input, and I put placeholder email. It is showing email, and then the SP tag for our property that we'll have in the login view model classes. And then if you go here, I did have break. So I did a line in between these two. That's I put a break here. And then the same thing that I did here, just change the ASP for password. And then if you go down, come here, this is also same way I'm following, and then create a button to submit. Okay. So here I also have to type. Okay, I put a type equal to sign. So this div I did close here, and then from I close from here to there. So this from all the line number 7 to line number 49 is the column, this column, right? And then from line number 52, line number 58, it is for this column, right? The whole row this, and then left is column 1, left 2, right 2 is the column 2. Okay, so here is end for one column, and then another column is start from here, which is I'm using background 48, and then column size is 4. I put it border sign is warning, that means it's yellow color, you see. And then I'm creating another div under, if you are for this thing, and then another for register button, another div for register button. This is also of trying to display everything in center. So this is all on login page, but we'll go ahead and implement email and password properties. We also need to pass our login view model classes here. So then when user put their username and password, right, then it will capture and send it to our controller, where we have is STT post for our login function. Okay. Now we are going to create a login view model, and under that login view model class, we going to have these two properties because we need to retrieve email and password to get access to our system. Okay, so let's go ahead, click on view, load solution explorer, and then stop this, make it bigger. uh, then go to our data model classes right there, and then under this you right click, add class. I want to keep the name login. Let's create a folder because we need to create a lot of login, a lot of view model for classes. So all those view model classes should be under view model folder. Okay, so let's go create folder and then put it as a view model class, view model. Okay, view model folder, and then view model here. I'll go right click and then right click on class, and then I'll put login view model, just something like this. And then I'll go add this, make it public. Okay, and then I want to have here, I want to have here, I want to have it here, which is just type prop and then click tab, and then this should be string and should be email, click enter. Then I want to have another properties here. This should be this string as well, and it should be password. And then I want to add here, this field should be required. Make sure you click add data annotation. I also want to also make this as a data type. I also have data type, the same format, and this should be not password, should be email address. Okay, this should be email address, and then copy this and then put this thing on the for the next button right there, and this field also should be required since it's a password field, and then this should be password. Okay, so I do have this field, but I want to have another field here, but we will go ahead and explain everything why we want to have this string, and this field name, let's put login status, uh, login status. Okay, so this means I put in this field here because anytime user log into the system, I want to show a message saying that the user has logged successfully, or if user put their username and password incorrect, I also want to show all the status of the login. I saying the error login or password is not correct, something like this. So that's why I keeping this field. So let's go back to our account controller. On our account controller, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a I'm gonna create a login view model object here because we want to send it to our login views, right? So let's send it to there, and then from login here I have to capture it. So I captured that model as I think we have to put model package dot view model dot login view. So now you can see, that that thing gone, because email is the properties of our login view model, and the password is also a properties of the our login view model. So now I think we have completed our view for our login page. So let me see how it looks like. Okay, so if you go ahead and then first do build it, let's see, once we build, if there is any error, it will show up here. If no, then that means our build is success, and it will say success. So once you say success, go ahead and right click on login.cstml, and then click on view on browser, and then probably we can see how it does. Okay, so I do see our page got loaded, but I do see one problem here as well. Page. Let me see one thing for layout page. What is this? Okay, in our layout, I see footer right there. Okay, footer top is muted. Okay, which is, I'm talking about, the footer for our view for the home page. You see here, it says Jahid Tech is coming from 2023, and then I have copyright here, and it's a link for the privacy. If you click on here, it will take us to our privacy page. So let me go open CSS file as well. Okay, so this seems like, okay, position. Let's make it, let's make it sticky. Let's make it sticky footer. The sticky footer means, you see the footer came up on the top. I don't want my footer to be all the way top here. So here I'll go to the site.css.com, site.css, as you guys know how to find that files. So from there, I'll go ahead and copy the sticky footer from my files. I will go ahead and add this line just in the middle. Okay, so I will go ahead, remove this. Okay, I don't need that. Go to your CSS file, do the same thing that I'm doing here, and then body is margin bottom 60, and then dot footer, which is the position absolute. That means it should be always there, the absolute, and it say zero bottom, so it means all the bottom is zero, so there is no gap. And then width is 100%, and then line height is 60 pieces. So this is a vertically centered text in there. Okay, so now we'll go ahead, click on save, and then click on that. I'll go and load my page again. So go ahead, view in browser, bring it to my shared window. Okay, now if you see, if I make it to other page. This page we see it does look good because our background image size is 100% view, so that's why it is always showing. But we want to see how it does view for our other pages. You see now for our other page, it is on the bottom. It was showing in the middle because that time it did not have a sticky footer. So now we have a sticky footer, and now you can see it applied for every pages that we're going to make it. So to do that, you go to sites here under the W root, go to the site, and then copy these two classes and put it there, because this is the footer dot classes, and it is already here under footer, right? So this class we had made it as a absolute, and then zero from bottom side. So make sure, friends, do copy everything correctly from here. I'm making it bigger again. So then, now you can copy line by line, make sure whatever div you open and you close it right away. And then, use CSS classes, and then bootstrap classes that I mentioned over here. And then make sure you create a view model class and link to here, and then do create controller class for account, and then from there you do have a make a login function like this, and then we'll go ahead now implement our post function for login. So we'll go ahead, copy it, put it here, and then make it http post http post, right? And then this is make it http get. If you do not put, it is by default always get. Okay, so this is our post login, and this is our login for get. So here what we're going to receive, we're going to receive a login view model object. So I'll put as a login. Okay, so, or I can have user, maybe. No, let's put a login. Okay, so here I have the post function, and you also see we are not able to run our custom. We're not able to route by default to our custom login page. To do that, what we have to do, we have to go go to program and then remove this. Since we are not going to use add default identity, we're going to only use add identity, and then here I'll put it as a identity role. Okay, so what I did, I remove a default identity from our program.cs file, and then remove this, and then we have account controller. So what it will do, add identity T will look if we have any controller name with account, and under that controller if we have login page. So here what I did, if I go to category controller again, what I did, to I want to use this function by authorized user, right? So if they're not authorized, they should route to our login page. So let's run it for one more time. And now we click on category, and then click on create category. Okay, friend. So you see now it is not routing to our default page. It is now routing to our custom login page. Okay. So this is was our main goal, to route to our to our custom default login page if user is not authenticated. Okay. Okay, we'll now go ahead and stop the Visual Studio, and then we'll go implement login for post function. Make sure, friend, you copy everything correctly from the login CSTML file. See, it started from 3, and then as you go down, uh, let's see, it started from 3, and if you see 42 here, and make sure you also do copy everything correctly after from 42. So I have a pause here, so then I know you can copy everything correctly, but do let me know if you need this login CSTML code. I can email to you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and click on stop project, and then we'll go ahead, go to controller, account controller. Under this account controller, we do have a login HTTP post. So what we have to do, we have to use .NET sign-in manager to uh, identify user from database and then sign them into our system. So to use sign-in manager, right, we have to go type something like private, then put read only. I'll have sign manager, which is this, and then I would have something like here identity user. Let's do things like this. I'll go right click on it, go to quick factor. I want to generate a controller with sign in manager. Okay, so I generate the controller right there. So here what we have to do, we are going to store a result of the action, right? So okay, so I'll put a store result equal to, you know and then since this is the async function, I'll go ahead make this function as async. Just to make function as async, you need to type async in front or at the end of signature, and then type task, then close it here. Right, the function is now async, and then here I would have keyword aw wait, and then here, since I type sign in manager dot password sign in async, not we're not checking the password, but we need to click on this password dot async, just do here, and then here you can have login dot email, then we're going to have login dot password, and then here we also have another parameter, which is persistence is false. Then we have another one, lock I want to have lockout on failure is true. If user is failed to provide correct password, then we want to lockout failure equal to true. So once it verified, I have to check if it is succeeded. If it is succeeded, right, I will go ahead and I will go ahead and then route them to our redirect to something like this. Redirect to action, which is, let's put an index home for now. I will share later what we have to put, because the user can uh, came from any place, any pages to our login page. So we want to also set the URL for user, who are coming from a different place. So if we save the URL, then we can route to the same page that where they came from. So that's why I will go ahead and show it to you in our later video. But if result or succeeded is not succeed, then we'll want user to you know we want user to oh, go to login page again. Okay, to our login page. So here I'll put something, return to login page. Okay, return to our login page with the same info. Okay, so I think this is good. Here we have one more login dot our login status equal to success, successful, unsuccessful. Okay. All right. So here we have we did build our post function for login. We did build our function for view, login view, and then we build all other things. And then that in our next video, what we'll do, we'll create a register page. Since we have login page, but we did not create a register page, and since we did not have register page, we did not register any user. So what we would do, we would create a register page, and then once we registered one user to our system, then we can verify our login page if login was successful or not. So guys, I will go ahead implement my register page to the to next video, this video. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next tutorial. Please do share, like, and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Bye.